What is up, guys? Welcome back to Life Nerds. Hope you guys are doing well today. We're going to be discussing watch exports for the month of June. We have quite a few of these videos that we've released over the past year where we discuss Swiss watch exports. We discuss the results that are released by the Federation of Horology, which is based obviously of Switzerland. And things are actually looking maybe on the positive side for Swiss watch exports. So we're going to give you some of the details like we always do in all of our videos. Things like, export figures, looking at the watches by material, 12-month moving average, main markets. Those are the types of things that we're going to be covering. But before we get into that, if you haven't already, be sure to smash that like button for us. It really does help us out. Also, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you like these types of videos. So like I said, I've made a couple of these videos in the past where we discuss Swiss watch exports. I'm going to quickly give a recap of what happened in the month of May, just so that you're aware of kind of where we were this time last month. These results are for June of 2020, so for the month of May. I'll put a link in the description to both May and June results. We have an article on our website that you can check it out, but Swiss watch exports really had a rough couple months leading up to May. The previous month, growth was at negative 81%. For the month of May, Swiss watch exports were down negative 68%, so it really wasn't looking any positive at all for Swiss watch exports at the moment. The 12-month moving average fell just shy of 15%, which is it's really sad that this was happening to the things we love, but watches are luxury goods, and that's what happens in times of economic uncertainty. If you looked at them by price category or material, literally they fell across the board no matter how much they cost or what material they were made out of, and whatever market was importing them, it all fell, all negative results. So at the time I kind of give my predictions after each of the kind of summaries of the month. And in May, when we covered the May results, my predictions for June were that they were going to contract, but perhaps not at the rate that it had occurred from March all the way through until May. I predicted around a negative 40% contraction in Swiss watch exports at the time. I think what was really leading my thought there was that things were starting to open up after the COVID-19 pandemic. Countries were starting to loosen some of their restrictions, and I thought that maybe some stores may start moving pieces and have to purchase some of those watches. So moving on to the June results. So Swiss watch exports actually fell by negative 35% in the month of June. This is a year-over-year number, so in June 2019, if you compare June 2019 and June 2020, watch exports fell by about 35%. Both wristwatches and other products fell at the same rate, around the same rate, so it wasn't one over the other, which is kind of in line with what I was predicting. Negative 40, I think, was probably quite a pessimistic way of looking at it, but 35% is kind of in line there. If we move on to the 12-month moving average, you can see that we are just over that 15%, 12-month negative 15%, 12-month moving average, closing on about 16%. I think this kind of plateauing of this 12-month moving average may show signs of Swiss watch exports trying to make a recovery here. I think this is, again, in my June predictions, I kind of took into consideration the fact that the economies were starting to open up and pieces may start selling, but it's going to be a very, very slow recovery, being that these are luxury goods. So although it is a negative result for the 12-month moving average, it still was nice to see perhaps a plateau forming for Swiss watch exports. If you look at Swiss watch exports by material, we saw, like we did last month, things just were negative straight across the board. Precious metals, negative 32%, steel, negative 46%, gold and steel two-tone, negative 36%, other metals, negative 23%, and then other materials, negative 62%. So across the board, negative. which came out to be around negative 48% change year over year by metals. So not great, but still not as bad as it was. We were seeing 60s, 70s, 80s%. Negative 60, 70, 80% changes year over year within the last couple months, which really made the videos a little bit sad to make, if I'm really honest, and they probably weren't the most fun to watch, but the numbers were the numbers. So if we move on to the main markets, you can see some optimism in your top 5 markets, top 6 markets, which comprise of around 52% of the entire Swiss watch export marketplace. So right at the top is China. China actually saw double-digit positive growth. So they saw an increase of 47% year-over-year change in exports, which I think this is another example of where my prediction of economies opening up would perhaps cause some more to start opening up watch stores and buying watches again. And I think this is a perfect example of it. So positive results from China. The second market was Hong Kong, which still saw a contraction of about 50%. The United States was in third place here for the month of June with almost negative 60% change, and then followed by Germany, Singapore, and the United Kingdom coming in at negative 21, negative 26, and negative 44% respectively. So not great results for the majority of the markets. However, there were some areas of the world that saw some positive results. China, for example, who experienced obviously COVID-19 started there, and they've started to open up their economy slowly. But if you look a little bit further down the list, you can see Saudi Arabia saw a 41% increase in watch exports between the year 2019 and 2020. Same with Oman and Bahrain, Oman saw a positive 18% growth, and Bahrain saw positive almost 12% growth. So yes, it is. I think the fall may be slowing. We will see what happens with the recovery now. I'm not going to, obviously, one data point, 1 month where we are seeing a plateau shouldn't be conclusive for the rest of the industry, but it's still a positive that you can see. And if we just look at the regions really quickly, which I thought was kind of interesting, you can still see major contractions within the regions. Africa being the worst hit at negative 70%, the Americas coming second at negative 56% for their total value variations, Europe negative 35%, Asia at negative 29%, and then Oceania actually growing by 2%, but it's a relatively small market already. So. And then the last thing is watches by price category. So similar to last month, negative across the board when it comes to price category. There were some price segments that were more heavily affected, that being under 200 Swiss francs. As you kind of go up until about 3,000 Swiss francs, you can see this slightly better results as you kind of climb your way up. And then everything kind of around that 30-40% negative growth, both in units and value. So not the best results for that, but still these may be this may lead to a trend of a plateau and perhaps a very, very slow recovery. So those are the results. I think, like I said, the economies opening up really helped Swiss watch exports kind of pick up again. And as we look to the results for July, I think it's going to be much of the same. I'm hoping that we see this trend or plateau kind of develop a little bit more. I'm probably going to predict around a negative 30% export change from 2019 to 2020. So I think July will come in around 30, between 30 and 40 for sure. I don't think there are massive economic changes that are going to cause things to really improve anytime soon. So yeah, negative 30. I'm gonna say negative 30% because I think June was a little bit better. July was a little bit better than June. And we'll see if this plateau really does kind of develop. I hope that it will stick around, and hopefully some type of vaccination or adequate treatment will be developed so that we don't see a plateau and then a further decline of export figures for the Swiss watch industry, because we love watches, so we don't really want to see them fail. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this coverage of the June 2020 Swiss watch exports. If you are new here, be sure to check out some of our other videos where we go in depth on different topics within the watch industry. We really are just watch enthusiasts here, and we enjoy talking about watches. So let me know in the comment section below if there's something you'd like to see. Also, let me know in the comment section below what you think of the results for June. Do you think it's going to go in a similar direction for the months to come, or do you think things are going to be a little bit different? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you didn't do it in the beginning of the video, be sure to hit that like button for us, as well as subscribe to the channel if you are new here. And with that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time.